What's up, YouTube? FatKings Phil coming at you with my week 52 update. 1 year from vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which I had back in July of 2013. Numbers are below. Actually, I had on the 16th, which is tomorrow. So officially tomorrow is my 1 year. But the important thing in there is I have a actual 1 year appointment with my surgeon tomorrow. So that's pretty awesome. We got some metrics to talk about, the new metrics of phase 2. We've got the blood panel metrics I want to talk about that came back. But for starters, shout out. And I have been watching more videos. I apologize. This is going to be a very short shout out list, but I will get back to being a little more diligent about this moving forward. Cheshire Fat. That is his YouTube name. Facebook.com/the Cheshire Fat if you are so inclined to still be on Facebook. Giving away your privacy rights in a way you would never let the NSA take, but hey, go for it. As you guys may know, I'm not on Facebook anymore other than the FatKings stuff. So if you have tried to friend me on Facebook, despite my many comments about not accepting personal friends, I'm not there to accept them at all now. So don't worry about it. Don't feel slighted. All right, so let's get into what does phase 2 mean. So phase 2 for me is what most people would call maintenance. And that's not gonna really work for me, and here's why. So I don't have a problem with the word, I don't have a problem with people calling it maintenance, except the definition of maintenance is the act of keeping in a specific state or position, etc. And I don't want to maintain. I actually have other goals. I still want certain body changes. I want better body composition, i.e. lower fat, more muscle. I want to build strength. I want to have better fitness overall. And I'm going to continue to push myself in those areas. And I'm going to change my eating a lot based on that. So that's why I'm not calling it maintenance. I'm calling it phase 2. You call it what you want. I don't care. I'm calling it phase 2. So here's the stats that will never change. My height is 6'0", 183 centimeters for those of you down under or in other parts of the world where they use the metric system. Highest weight ever was 360 pounds. Even. Nothing to do with surgery weight. There's just, or pre-op diet or any of that stuff. Just that's my highest in life I ever was, which was 163.3 kilograms. Surgery weight was 332.8 the morning of, first thing out of bed, same time I weigh normally. 151 kilograms, and my goal weight was 210. I got to 210.4, 95.3 kilograms, and that all happened on July 5th of this year. So that is awesome. So those numbers are never going to change. That's it. That's those. What is going to change are these. So here's our new metrics, and here's why they're important to me. The day I hit the 210 mark, took a picture, posted it, did my goal video, everybody wins. I worked out on Monday. By Tuesday morning, I was back to 213. So Phil plus working out versus Phil versus resting. So Phil versus resting is 210. I hadn't worked out in 3 days. Muscles had time to flush all the water out and repair. Back to working out. My muscles uptake the water again, 3 pounds of water. So Phil plus working out equals 3 pounds. That's fine by me. And here's why it's really fine by me. So I went in and I got on to the same machine that I always do my body percentages and stuff on. I weighed in at 213 exactly that day. It was July 8th. And I had a total body fat composition of 18.5%, which is the lowest it's been yet. I had 39.5 pounds of body fat, which is 17.92 kilograms. And I forgot to mention what 213 was, but it'll be up there in the corner, And then what's that called? FFM is fat free mass. My fat free mass was 173.5. So you add those two numbers together, you get the 213. Or again, the fat free mass was 78.7 kilograms. So good all around. BMI at that level, terrible. It's still overweight. It's just below the obese category. I think the obese is has to do more with like being closer to 220, 223. Don't care. That's not a metric I'm interested in, to be honest with you. Ooh, thunder and lightning. You guys may hear that. You may not. We won't hear the lightning, but you'll hear the thunder. Let's see. So this has been my lowest body fat ever on that machine, same person, same everything. And I am thrilled to see 213 with that body fat. That's awesome. Now, you will not see body fat again. You will not see any of these metrics change until the next time I go into the nut, which is normally every 3 weeks. Bad news, this time it's going to be 5 weeks because of the way our vacation schedule is lined up. I'm not going to be able to get in to see her until August 14th or something like that. So the next video after that, you'll get to get the updated numbers. So those numbers are going to stay semi-static until I see her again. I mean, they will stay static until I see her again. I'm not going to give you guys the current weight day to day because it means nothing without those other numbers at this point for what I'm trying to achieve. I will maintain that weight on a separate chart for myself. Hey, if I see I've gone up a couple pounds, hey, what's going on? You know, there's no way I gain 2 pounds of muscle in a week. So if I were to gain 2 pounds in a week, I'd be like, well, what's going on? Is that water? Have I eaten 15 cakes I'm not aware of? You know, things like that. You know, keeping an eye on that. So that's the only time that those are going to change. So my week to week stuff, I'll just tell you any struggles I'm having and challenges, stuff like that. But I don't think you're going to get current weight because weight is irrelevant to me without those other numbers. If I go up to 220, if I go down to 7% body fat, woohoo, that'd be awesome. I wouldn't care if I was 220, right? But if I go down to 210 and I do that by losing muscle and my body fat goes up to 20%, I'm not going to be happy about 210 either, right? So there's two scenarios where a lower weight could be bad, a higher weight could be good. It just depends. Depends on what it's made up of. So that's how we're moving forward here. If you don't agree, there's an unsubscribe button down here somewhere, but that's okay. That's fine. And I don't think I'm gonna lose you guys over that. So, but if I do, I do. So let's talk about what healthy body fat would be since we're going to start measuring body fat. This crazy bastards doing body fat. What does that mean? So here's a nice little chart. Here is a body fat chart for men and for women. Feel free to pause the video, screen capture this, or search for it yourself online. You know, all very interesting stuff, but let's take a look at what actually matters to me, which is this line. So I am in the 41 to 45-year-old category. I know it's hard to believe. I don't look a day over 21. I am at 18.5. As you guys can see, that is dead middle right in the heat of ideal. Not average, but ideal. So this is why I'm thrilled with this number. This is a great metric for me. My goal is to get to 17%, as you guys may have heard. I would be okay going down as low as 15.9. I don't ever think I want to see lean. I don't think I want to see lean on me. I don't think it would look good. But there is a possibility that could happen based on me increasing muscle mass. So I'm not ruling it out. It's out there, and that's what I'm shooting for. So this is my life. There goes the chart. Goodbye charts. So yeah, that's kind of where we're shooting for here. Other metrics I'm going to be using, obviously I'm going to continue doing my labs. I did labs, fasting labs. As you guys know, the fasting lab before last, I had some weird outliers. I had a high sugar and I had a high, I want to say triglyceride level, or shoot, I should have looked it up. I don't have it. And I was kind of like nervous about I'm like, what is that all about? I've lost all this weight and my sugars are up and what's going on? So, happy to say we did a A1C or AC1, which tells you your sugars over the last 90 days. There's a particular molecule that bonds to the red blood cells, I understand it, and they can measure the lifespan of that. It lives for 90 days, so they can tell, hey, this is what your sugar levels have been over the last 90 days. Mine were dead smack in the middle of normal, no problems. The other thing, my HDL, which is a good cholesterol, 88, highest it's ever been in life. I mean, period. My cholesterol overall was pretty close to 200, around 200, but she's like, I don't care. Your HDL is so high. It's not really an issue. So that was good. So everything's good there, and I'm going to continue monitoring that probably every 6 months. I think I'm going to do it again before my 43rd birthday, which is in October, just because I'd already set up I'd already set up my annual physical anyway. So probably do it again then, but whatever. It doesn't, not much time's going to go by between those 2 points. So I don't think much will be able to change unless I go completely off the rails. So that's that. All right. So first commitment of phase 2. What's my first commitment of phase 2? Getting back to measuring. And here's why. I've been really good at eyeballing stuff. I can normally tell you that's about 4 ounces of that. That's about a half a cup of that. It's about a quarter cup of that. I do better with the cups, like the half cup, quarter cup stuff. But I had put some lean ground beef in a bowl and sprinkled some cheese on top of it and went to put it in the microwave. I'm like, you know what? Let's just gut check that. Let's just audit this. So I pulled the cheese back off, put it in the little quarter cup thing. Sure enough, I was dead on the money. Actually, it was a teeny tiny bit low. But I started scooping the lean hamburger into the scale, and lo and behold, I had about 2/3 of it in there when I hit the 4 ounces mark. So I probably had 6-7 ounces of lean beef in there, and I probably would have eaten it. So that was a red flag to me that I need to start measuring again, because I need to know exactly what I'm putting in my body now that I've upped my calories a little bit to start building more muscle. I'm coming in around median of 1,100 calories, 1,200 to 1,000 to 1,200 is the range I'm trying to stay in, with about 120 grams of protein. So I need to know, is that enough food to build muscle? Is it too much food? Am I going to gain weight? I would be shocked, but I mean, I need to know these things. So, but if I'm not really measuring well what's going in my body, if I'm taking a little bite of this here, a little bite of that there, extra scoop of this here, eyeballing that, we don't really know what's going on, right? I could be eating 1,800 calories a day and not realize it because I'm just overestimating stuff. And ironically, I was low on some of the things I like. I would say, okay, I think this is about 4 ounces. I'd put it in the scale and it would be low. Other times I'd say, I think this is 4 ounces of something, put it in the scale and it would be too high. So good to know. So that is my commitment. First commitment of phase 2. That's what I'm doing. And that's where I'll leave it for now, because this video is already getting a little long. And I don't want these to be long. Mental crap still going on. I had a little episode on Saturday that kind of made me have one of those who am I moments. I don't know who I am anymore. I wouldn't say that maybe that drastic, but just maybe coming to terms with some things. Saturday I had to kind of struggle with, and Sunday it kind of put me in a funk, and I kind of was dealing with it on Sunday too. Mainly because Saturday was my son's birthday and I did not want that funk affecting him, so I kind of shelved that stuff, put it down in the basement, down in the hole, and put the chair on top of the trap door and sit on it. And Sunday I let it back out and dealt with it. So that was good. Relationship stuff still, chugging along. I mean, no major improvement, no major setbacks. It's a war. Some days you lose a battle, some days you win a battle. Working on it, so that's good. I mean, that's the majority of it. At least people are still willing to come to the table and work on it. Still doing the shrink. Going tomorrow night to do that, just to kind of check in. Again, I only do that once about every 3 weeks as well, just because it's hard to steer a ship quickly. I think going every week for me and the issues I'm dealing with, I wouldn't see any major gains in a week. It takes a while for these things to kind of be put into place and practiced and see what kind of results I get and then adjust, etc. So all good there. So, okay, guys. Well, I've made this video so many times, I don't know if I forgot to say anything or not at this point, because I said it before and then I redid it and I said it again and then maybe I forgot it this time, but whatever, that's it. So we're out. All right, guys, remember Fat Kings Fridays this Thursday. It's going to be at 7 o'clock Mountain this time to get more West Coast viewers a chance to get home and watch it, because TJ he has secured exclusive rights to big breaking news. I won't say any more. You'd have to tune in. That's how it goes. All right, that's it. Till next week. And I don't know what we'll talk about next week, but we'll figure something out. Remember, it's good to be the king.